We are headed to the table, back to the table, in fact, with Chef Bud Andersen. Welcome.
Welcome back.
Well, I always miss our Monday. If we have something on a Monday
golf,
where I can't make
usually
it,
golf.
It is typically
Yes.
golf. This last time it was the big United Supermarket Charities golf tournament, so that was awesome.
I was here twice while you were gone. Three times.
I've made it back. This is a limited time engagement just for you, Chef.
Oh, you did?
I did. Just
and then you're leaving again?
Well, because I wanted to talk to you about the U.S. Open, which we'll get to a little bit later. What are we making today?
We're making this is a nice little Mediterranean dish.
Okay.
I know you like stuff like that, okay?
I love Mediterranean food.
You like the naan. The naan's you're a big fan of naan. Yeah.
It's my favorite overall
I
bread.
understand. Listen, okay, so we're using skirt steak, all right? And let me move this, although this is very beautiful. We should zoom in on that eventually, but... So the big thing of the skirt steak is we're going to season it, cook it in a real hot pan. You can grill it, obviously, on your grill. We talked about this last week with the kebabs. This is what I have to use here, but usually we would do this over open flame. It cooks a little bit better. But you don't want to let it go too long because it's real thin in most places. This piece is a little bit bigger, so we let it go. But there's only one way you mess this up, okay? And that is how?
You overcook it.
Well, what else?
Well, you cut it wrong.
Yeah, we're always going to cut against the grain.
Not with the grain.
Not with it. If you always cut against the grain, you'll never have a problem, okay?
So how do you figure that for our friends at home when they're like, okay, I hear that all the time.
Here we go.
What does that mean?
Well, let's do right here. We can do it right here.
All right,
if they can zoom in for me,
yeah,
you'll see the grain running like this. You can see it there if you were close enough. You could see it. So you're going to always cut like this.
And why is that so important?
Well, because that way it's tender. Okay. If you cut with the grain, it's going to be real tough. A lot of times if you get bad flank or a bad skirt experience, if this is skirt meat, it's because it's been cut wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about that too, because a lot of people think skirt and flake are the same thing. They're similar, but they're not.
They're not. Yeah. And the best thing about the skirt is the skirt's probably what people are most familiar with because of
fajitas.
Fajitas, right?
Man, so I feel like I'm acing this test.
You
right
are.
now.
The flank is a little bit different cut, and it's a little bit thicker in most cases, and it's kind of a little bit. This is much easier to handle because in most cases it's pretty thin. It'll cook really fast on your grill. Okay. Now, if you look on there, it's got a little rub that I put together: some smoked paprika, cumin, dried oregano, a little bit of kosher salt, some garlic powder, and then a little bit of pepper. Okay.
Okay.
That's on a pound of it, and you're just going to let it get to room temperature, and then right down. This salad over here that we're going to put on top is phenomenal: cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion, a little bit of red wine vinegar, some olive oil, and some salt and pepper. That's it. Okay.
I want to go back to the meat real quick because I think this is a common thing for those of you at home. This is something you can mess up. Is not letting the meat after you pulled it out to rest. Don't get to cutting on it right away.
This is why we're doing it like this. You can see it's kind of got residue down there. Let it rest and let so what happens is when you put that on a hot grill, it just expands out. So all the juice goes all over the place, okay? If you'll let it rest, it'll all come back into the center and you'll have a much, much better look. If you cut it when it's like still hot, it's going to be like a homicide scene. There's going to be blood everywhere. So don't do that, okay?
So that is like post-cooking, but pre-cooking you want to get it out?
I let it go to room temperature.
Before you throw it on the grill.
Put it 30 minutes out before you even put it on the grill.
Okay.
It won't hurt it at all. And it'll get cool, then it cooks evenly. That's a very good point. A lot of people don't do that.
Right.
People are afraid to I put ribeyes, I put everything out on the counter before I cook them. That way there's no cold spot in the middle. That's a very big thing.
Okay.
Cooks evenly. Okay. Now, we're going to put this sauce together because we've got to have something to put on top of it. A little bit of, this is just plain yogurt, some dill, because we like dill, a little bit of garlic, we got a little bit of salt and pepper to it, and a little bit of acidity, okay? This is a nice little kind of yogurt sauce to go on the pita bread or naan or whatever you're using to do this, okay? And we're going to put this on there. We'll cut the steak will go on there. We'll hit it with that salad.
Okay.
Can you zoom in on this salad real quick?
Yeah, I tell you what, we're going to do that as we move into commercial break.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fun things in there. We've got cucumbers, we've got the red onions, we've got tomatoes, and my favorite thing, which, by the way, I thought about you this weekend. I went to the grocery store to get some to make a salad. A salad for me is not a salad unless it's got a good radish in there. And
yes,
you did that for
and
me
we got to
today.
put radishes on most everything we do this summer. So, anyways, when we come back, we'll talk. This is a great dish. You'll love this. So.
All right, we've got more
Come
Studio
on back.
4 coming up.
Scotty Chef.
Welcome back into the kitchen, everybody. We are talking golf and we're talking steak.
We got caught talking.
It is. Well, it's
I
Father's
forgot
Day
it's
weekend.
Father's Day weekend.
It's a big thing. We'd love to watch the U.S. Open during Father's Day weekend.
You know what? While I'm thinking about it,
Yeah, tell me.
I better shout out to my main man,
Shep's out there
Shep.
watching.
Yeah, I hope he's watching. He was laying on the couch. I sent a picture. He was laying on the couch. He gets kind of. I think he was listening to Counting Crow. No, he wasn't. But listen, this is fun. Okay. I like to get the veggies on. I think the veggies are important. Then you can hit it with some feta cheese. We got the sauce underneath it. A little bit of feta goes a long way, but man, feta's good on something like this.
Yeah, it just adds, there's a richness that it has. And again, we're using one of my favorite breads, naan.
You like the naan, don't you?
Man, I'm telling you, like our friends at the Indian Oven and Punjabi Affair, they have the absolute best naan. It is so good.
This thing is really fun because I like dishes like this in the summertime because they're very light. And I like these fresh salads. Red wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, some
That's
lemon.
it? That's all you do with the dressing?
Yeah, I mean that's all you got to do with it. And if you get it in there, look at that.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyways,
how important is that red wine vinegar?
It's very good. It's very important because it gives it that acidity kind of, with and then adding the lemon to it really helps a lot. But you want that tartness to kind of go with it. Love the cucumber idea in this. And these are what they call heritage tomatoes. So these right here, these orange ones, this is what a tomato actually looks like before they start putting all the
stuff.
Well, not stuff necessarily, but like the hybrid or the whatever they do to make them look red, so they're perfectly red. But a great fun dish for your weekend, for the weeknight. If you're just looking for something to have real quick, you could wrap this up and eat it. And guys like stuff like this, don't you?
I love it.
My supper last night was nothing more than a grilled chicken breast with the Caribbean jerks glaze I made last week and some fruit. That's it. I mean, you never know by looking at me, but that's it.
Come on now.
So, but
All
listen.
right. I was just going to say, as we get up to Father's Day, again, I want to put that on your schedule.
Yeah.
It's important to.
It is. Yeah.
Just say thank you to Dad, man.
Yeah,
Thanks to Dad.
listen. Thank you for saying that. If your dad's still amongst you, spend time with him, because someday he won't be, and you'll wish you could. Trust me. And I think one of the big things too is if you're a child of obviously a father, or whoever your father figure is, reach out to him, man. It means a lot.
And it doesn't have to be the father you were born with.
No.
We have had these wonderful mentors. I mean, growing up at a boys' ranch, I had a lot of wonderful men and women who spoke a lot of things into my life. So they may not be father on the birth certificate, but boy, they sure did.
I'll tell you something that's funny about that is I have a couple guys that I've worked for over the years that were very much father figures.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to be. I mean, that's how you want to do things. So, U.S. Open this weekend. Enjoy it.